Like the fact that he came and sat on my chair, I don't know, what did he think? You came to have your makeup done. Did you come to eat jollof rice? Or did you come to have a haircut? You freaking came to have your makeup done. I don't get, like, it's a given that brushes are going to be used on your face.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl, the melanin Barbie, the gorgeous Dumebi Lea. Oh my god, those of you that are oldies on this channel, you guys are already used to me and all my craze. Welcome back. Let's welcome the new people that are like, what is doing this on? Yes, something is doing me, and that's because I'm fly. You guys, have you seen the princess, the queen on your screen right now? I have high self-esteem issues. I love myself too much. You guys, you need to love yourself. Like, if you don't love yourself, I don't know how someone wants to love you. Anyways, if you're new, welcome back. My name is Dumebi Lea. I do beauty and lifestyle videos, chit chats, vlogs. Speaking of beauty, you guys, do you like this makeup look on me? Now, if you're not a makeup person but you're a lady, believe me, this tutorial, because I did a tutorial on this, the tutorial on this look is the one tutorial you will ever need, the only tutorial you will ever need in your entire life and existence. Why? Because it is simple. See, there's no eyeshadow, there's no dramatic wing liner or whatever. Like, the only thing that has a bit of drama on this look is the lipstick, of which you can always switch it to something, any color you like. So I'm going to be linking the tutorial up there. You guys check it out. So let's just get over to what you guys are here for, because you all like gossip and I love to give gossip, so we're in the same boat. Okay, so yes, I think you guys already saw in the title, I'm going to be talking about the most problematic Nigerian celebrity I have ever worked with. So you guys, I've worked with quite a number of Nigerian celebrities by virtue of being a makeup artist. I've done makeup for celebrities on their photo shoots, on their music videos, on sets basically. So I've met a lot of them. And I actually even used to be an artist. Did I say used to? I've not actively done that whole artist going to the studio to record, performing on stage thing in a while. So anyway, that part of my life also exposed me to quite a number of celebrities as well. But there's something different about when you relate with them as someone who is on their set working, which is like a makeup artist. And there's also something different, or you're going to see a different part of them when you meet them also, maybe in the studio or at an event as a fan or an upcoming artist. Now, I mentioned the fact that I used to sing because I wanted you guys to know that meeting celebrities is not really something new for me, so I don't really get freaked out. I'm usually composed, I'm usually polite and stuff. Now, this particular celebrity is the most problematic that I've worked with. So you guys, here goes the story. So I got contacted to do makeup for a music video and by a director that I usually work with, and I actually didn't know who the artist was. So it was on getting there that I realized that the artist was an upcoming artist. It wasn't someone quite popular, but the person had done a song featuring this particular artist. I'm not going to call in the artist in question. I'm not going to call in the person's name, okay? Because if I do, a lot of you are just going to discover that you are truly clueless. So now I was called to do this makeup. So it was on getting there that, of course, the guy, it's not like the person was there because the artist came really late, but the owner of the song, who was the less popular artist, was already there. And that was when I heard on set that this big artist, did I say he's big? Well, recently, he's been getting a lot of buzz and stuff. So this particular guy, the popular artist in question, was featured on the song, and I was like, this is going to be nice for my portfolio. I definitely had it in mind that I was going to make a video while I was doing his makeup and stuff, because I always like to post this on my Instagram page and ever. The thing is, usually when a less popular artist features a popular artist, normally, like, the popular artists will come late to the shoot, which is normal. I mean, time is money, so they come late. It's not their song, it's understandable, Abby. So they show up like well into the video, and then when they show up, they don't stay too long because they just quickly like shoot their own part so they can leave. So yeah, that happened that day. And then another thing is that they always come with like an entourage. They'll come with like their management, their assistant, so they always come with a group of people. So this person did the same as well. There's nothing unusual about it. It's all good. Call time was 9 a.m. He showed up later at about 3 or 4 thereabouts. So now when he finally showed up, of course the video was already going on. The artist that owned the song was already shooting his own part and stuff. So when the artist now showed up, he first of all he went to the stylist that dressed him up, gave him what to wear, because they're always styled in shoots like this. So he was styled, he wore his outfit, and the next thing he was told to come to the makeup room to have his makeup done. So when he showed up, we greeted each other and everything, and next thing is like, okay, those brushes, are they new? Like, he pointed at my makeup brush set and like, are those brushes new? I'm like, no, they're not new, but they are clean, because I always wash my brushes after each client. I even have like 2 sets of professional brushes, so that if those ones are dirty, I can always use the next one. That's like how serious I am when it comes to hygiene. If you're a makeup artist, you should do that too. Make sure your brushes are always clean after each job. I had only done makeup on the model, which was just one model, a girl, and then the artist, the owner of the song we were shooting that day, who was featuring him. Those are the people I had done makeup on. And I had like different brushes, different powder brushes specifically, so that I didn't have to repeat brushes on different people. So I had to explain to him that no, these brushes are not new, but they are clean. And he's like, nope, that if your brushes are not new, they're not going on my face. And I'm like, okay. He wasn't like, yeah. Whenever he's coming on set, he tells the director to tell the makeup artist to buy a new set of brushes. Anyways, he's not going to blame me. That's not my fault. Probably the director should have told me. And I'm like, okay, that is going to be like the first time anybody's ever coming to ask me if my brushes, he didn't ask if the brushes were clean. He asked if the brushes were new. He said, okay, that since I didn't have new set of brushes, I should just give him some powder, loose powder in his hand, let him apply it himself. He didn't want me touching his face at all. Okay, I found it a little odd. In my, how many years? I started doing makeup 2015. In my 6 years of doing makeup, I've never had anybody do that. But I'm like, okay, he definitely has his reasons. And when I looked at his face, I understood, because he had 1 or 2 pimples and acne and stuff. And I was like, okay, he's probably trying to be careful so that he doesn't get breakouts and all that. I understood it. So well, he asked for powder and I didn't have loose powder. This is the powder palette that I'm currently using. This is what I went to work with that day. So when it comes to powder, this is what I had. So when he asked for loose powder, I didn't have like loose brown powder to give him. So what I did was I gave him my setting powder instead, put some of it on his hand and his life, and then he applied it himself. Okay, fine, I'm good. So when he had loosened up a bit and he was like, oh, and I said, oh, I want to brush your brow hairs, because usually what I do for guys is that I use a spoolie after applying powder on the male celebrities' face. All the male celebrities I've worked with, I wipe their face first of all, then I apply powder, then I use the spoolie to brush their brow hairs and their mustache or whatever, and then I apply lip balm on their lips. Lip balm, not lip gloss, please, because I've seen some music videos with some male celebrities having lip gloss and it sounds like ridiculous. Like, who did this to these people, to these poor men? No, don't put lip gloss on men. No, lip balm is enough, okay? So anyway, I digress. With the way he had already shown me on my brushes, not shown per se, but he had already made it clear that he didn't want to have any interaction with my brushes. I didn't even want to suggest taking my spoolie to brush his brown hair. I just wanted to respect myself. I'm like, I didn't say anything. The next thing he was like, okay, do you have a hairbrush? Like, the hairbrush male guys use? I didn't have that. So I'm like, no. He's like, I knew it. You makeup artists, you guys don't ever like have hairbrush. I see that you're not interested in what your male clients need. Like, you're not the only one that you guys do this a lot. But I just looked around and the male artist that owns the song that had already done the makeup earlier actually left his brush there. So I'm like, okay, oh, this belongs to the artist. Do you want to use this instead? And he took it and then he started brushing his hair and brushed his beard and stuff. And I'm like, good. After he had done the powder, I actually just opened my lip balm for him to take. He used his finger to take the one that he needed and then he applied by himself. Like, he basically didn't want me touching him. Whatever. So he did it by himself, and then I now asked him, oh, do you mind? I know I didn't touch your face, but do you mind me making a video acting like I'm touching you for my portfolio? And he's like, oh, cool, no problem, just make sure your brush doesn't touch my face. And I'm like, fine, thank you. So I took my powder palette and then I took my brush and I'm like dipping the brush and I'm like acting like I'm applying it. The next thing I took the brush and started brushing his hair, like just make it be say with the work, maybe say, let it be like I'm getting work done, like, okay, this is another celebrity on my portfolio that I've worked with, right? So I made the video and he was really nice. In the video he was like making faces and stuff. I'm like, okay, good. One thing about being in front of the camera is like you have to present the persona you want. So when you see people on camera acting all nice, smiley and everything, that may not really be how they feel at the moment. Yeah, I just had to say that. So he did my video for me, and it was really cool. Like, I'm gonna post that video. So when he was done, I think I got, like, by virtue of being around him for a while, I just said, let me suggest something. I told him, like, let me suggest something, that since you're very particular about brushes, I think it makes more sense to have your own, like, private set of brush that maybe you can come to on set with, than, because I told him that, because truthfully, no makeup artist is going to go and be buying new set of brushes every time they have a music video shoot. That's what I told him. And he's like, no, that whenever I tell the director, the makeup artist have to buy new brushes, that he doesn't need to buy his own brushes and this one and that one. And I'm like, okay. He just said that he doesn't blame me that I wasn't told. And in my mind, I'm like, I can imagine when I'm being booked for a job and the director is like, oh, you have to come with a new set of brushes. I can come with a new makeup set, new makeup box, new set of everything, new cloth set if you guys want. But y'all gotta pay for it, okay? That's it. That's all. Like, nothing more, nothing less, okay? Like, the cheapest set of brushes a person can even see is like 10,000 naira. I'm going to definitely have to add that to my charge. Like, what are we here for? Did I come to Lagos to count brush? No, I'm a smart Igbo girl. I don't play with my money. I don't joke with my money, okay? So now let's continue the gist. So, after that episode, it was all good. Then when the shoot started, usually when you're a makeup artist on set, as they are doing their shoots and everything, they have lights and everything on them, so they always sweat. So we do touch-ups, we have like dabs. Like, by dab I mean like hankies, handkerchief, face towels you used to dab off the sweat, and then you could just apply a little more powder, or that's if it's necessary. If it's not, you just dab off the sweat and they continue their shoot. But he was so uninterested in being dabbed or touched up by me or whatever, and in my mind I'm like, wow, okay. So I'm definitely not here for this guy. I'm here for every other person who said except him. So now, when I fast forwarded to like the last scene that was supposed to happen, this was like towards evening. Everybody was probably getting cranky. Set is usually like that. By then, this was around maybe 7-ish. So like the briefing for the job was there was going to be special effects makeup. I had to do like injury and cuts and all that on this set. So now I was told I had to do those injury and cuts and bruises on the two artists. That is the person that had the song itself and this particular artist that I'm telling you guys this story time about. So I had to do like bruises, and then the popular artist, who is a problematic artist, was the first one I had to do the bruises and cuts on. So he followed me into the makeup room. Like, the director told me, okay, you need to go and start doing the makeup now. So I went to him, the artist, and I'm like, oh, please, I have to do your makeup. I have to do bruises and cuts on your face. So he followed me into the makeup room, and then he sat down. And then I had to put my drape on him so that he doesn't, he was even wearing something white, so that he doesn't stain what he was wearing. Even as I was putting on the drape, he was like, oh, so at last I'm back on this your chair. So this means you're eventually going to be touching my face. I said, oh, well, finally, I have no choice. I mean, the director said I should do your makeup. So he, at that moment, just zoned in on his phone. He wasn't talking anymore. So I put on the drape and stuff. So now, I was supposed to do like bruises on his face. So I got out my eyeshadow, because when I want to do like bruises, I do like some purples and browns and grays and reds, because we're dark skin. So I took like an eyeshadow blending brush, a brush that looked just like this one. I wiped his face, of course. Then I dipped it in the eyeshadow, and I was like just lightly tapping in the eyeshadow. And then he just looked up and was like, did you just use a brush on me? You guys, this is where it gets serious. Did you just use a brush on me? Excuse me, did you just use a brush on me? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm trying to do the bruise. And he's like, did I or did I not tell you not to use your brushes, not to touch me with your brushes? Did I not? At that moment, I was like, the switch up was mad. It was mad. Like, did I or did I not tell you? And I'm like, but I have to do this. He said, no, that's not what I'm asking. Did I or did I not tell you? I felt like I was being scolded, like I was in primary 5 again. It was very embarrassing. And I'm like, you mentioned that, but at the point where you came for this makeup, I felt you knew that I was going to do your makeup, and of course I can't do your makeup without brushes. He's like, damn, I thought that I actually thought it's because I wasn't paying attention. Just the moment I'm not paying attention, you put your brushes on my face. I thought you were going to use your fingers or something. I told you not to use the brush. And I'm like, oh God. At that point, I was just like, I was holding myself from saying anything. He was just talking, he was rambling, he was going on and on. At that point, I'm thinking of the money they're going to pay me, and I'm like, this money worth all this? And again, you have to act professional, because you want to get called for a job. Again, they say client is always right, even when they're wrong. Even when they're annoying, I just want to smack them in the face. So he was just talking and rambling and everything. And then I said, there's no way I can do special effects makeup. There's no way I can do bruises and injuries on your face using my fingers. I was trying to explain to him. And I was like, in that case, since you have to use your brushes, I'm out of this set. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Like, I'm even done. I don't know why I'm still here by this time. Before that, I think he was already giving the director and whomever was on set, was giving them a bit of attitude, because I felt maybe he felt he had overstayed or whatever. So I think everything got poured. Like I received the whole lash out. It was me, little old me, the one person that you could intimidate. I'm like, nah, he's out of here. Like, get your drape off me. Get your drape off me. At that moment, you guys, I'm not a confrontational person. When I see people act a certain way towards me, I just like freeze. I don't say anything anymore. I just like. So that was how I was. So I removed the drape off of him, and he's like, give me wipe. I want to wipe my face. And at that moment, I'm like, it was this particular wipe. I'm like, take it yourself. And then he had to like, he was actually waiting for me to give him. He had to like struggle with the wipe, and then he started wiping it himself. So at some point, my assistant was like, but our brushes are clean. And I'm like, it doesn't matter to him. He doesn't care. Like, it doesn't matter if it's clean or not. He wants new brushes. We don't have new brushes. At that point, I was pissed, but I didn't want to say anything, so that it won't be that she said she's not professional. So after he took the wipe, he wiped his face. At that point, I just sat down and I was just like, I had zoned out. And then next thing, I heard him outside shouting to his group of yes men, to his manager and whomever else he came with, and he's like, is that makeup artist? He was like really ranting. I told her not to use brushes on my face, and she used brushes on my face, and now what is annoying me is that she's giving me attitude. She's giving me attitude. He was using the F word. And at that point I heard that, and I'm like, I went to peep outside. Wallahi, if I had seen that guy, I would have answered him. And I looked and I realized that the voice was coming from like behind a door or wherever it is, because I couldn't see them. I could just hear their voice. I was pissed off. In my mind, I'm like, attitude. Do you know what attitude is? Attitude would have been me answering you, because there's nothing you would have done about it. Because I mean, you're a celebrity. What do you want? Do you want to trend for hitting a woman or what? Like, the way he was sounding like he was ready to fight me. I am not joking. He was sounding like if he had the chance, he would have hit me. And he was like, the thing about being a celebrity now is you can't really express yourself, because when you say how something the way it's actually, you actually feel you're being seen as rude, or maybe the internet, the news will carry it, or one blog or the other will carry it, that I have to be composed. But I specifically told her. He was like ranting, and people, I could hear them calming him down, like, please calm down, we'll talk to her. And the next thing, his manager came in and he's like, and please, is there a way you can do the makeup without the brushes? I'm like, this is special effects makeup. That there's no way I can do special effects makeup without brushes. It's not possible. He now said, okay. So he went back, and then next thing he came back with the shirt the artist was wearing. I was like, please just pour some blood on the artist. Let it just on the shirt. Let it just be that his shirt was stained. He's not going to be doing the special effects makeup anymore. So that's the thing. Like, yeah, I felt like, number one, I understand your frustration that you don't want brushes on your face because you have a sensitive skin and very acne prone skin, and you're probably spending a lot treating it. I get that, number one. Number two, my issue is not the fact that you don't want brushes. My issue is your way of communicating. When you're talking down to a full-grown adult, like, I don't get it. Why are you talking down on someone like that's doing their job? You're talking down on that person as a child. If time is not taken, I'm probably older than this guy, or maybe we're mates, or like within the same age bracket. I've worked with far older people, far older celebrities, far bigger celebrities, and I have never experienced that kind of treatment. Like, see, you guys, I have a rose in my hair. I need to take this off to say this. Because ladies don't speak the way I'm about to speak now, but dude was acting like a bitch. He was acting like an asshole. He was freaking acting crazy. Okay, now let me put my rose back, because I've said all the words that I want to say. And if you guys know who this person is, you know that what you guys see about him on TV or the kind of music that he does and everything was nothing like the person that I saw that day. His communication was very bad. The bros that I put on your face was this tiny. I think you definitely overreacted, mister. go and get your own set of brushes. That's my advice to you. And quit being a bitch. And then like I was so pissed off, like after that thing, I haven't listened to his song. I have his whole album on my phone. That's how serious it was. I used to be a big fan, but after that whole thing, I'm not going to tell who this person is, but I think I have to end the story time here. There's just something about fame and popularity. I think it tends to bring out a different side to people. Let's even just remove the fact that it's celebrity. Normally, you should just know how to relate with people. It just gets you a lot further in life. That's all I'm going to say. So let's end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, okay? And be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Check out my other story times. And I'm going to leave the playlist up there. You guys check out my story times. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not. Drop me a comment and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay guys, I love you.